Hi, this is Tori Salvatore, and I'm going to take you through the quilt of triangles that are alternating for the extra credit. So, as we can see, we start out with 16 row columns and 11 rows of kind of sets of these hourglasses, and I did the approach of drawing each hourglass and rotating it, and then going all the way across a row and coming down for the next row, and so on and so forth, kind of snaking through the entire set. First, what I did was set up my imported turtle. I gave it the title Alex Makes a Quilt Extra Credit, and I made the background light cyan. Then what I did last, but I'm going to put in here first, is positioning it nicely for the run so that it's not cumbersome and off center. Let's get to the quilt. So first what I did was I created the hourglass that kind of keeps alternating through here. So this is a single hourglass right here, as you can see, and the first hourglass goes sideways and the second one goes upright. And the next function kind of defines this guy as a set. As you can see, I will put it in here. So in this code right here, I rotate the turtle first to be facing, the arrow to be facing down, so that it makes the first line downward and then kind of goes in that. I've then moved the pen over and created this guy, all in this set. Then the biggest issue that I came up with, and actually the thing that's cost me the most time, was figuring out how to make the second row start on the other side. First, I went through some sort of terrible idea of trying to make two hourglass sets, but that became really convoluted. So what I did was I actually, at the end of this row of the quilt, I just turned the pen to start a new row with the last square being the first, and so basically this is an upside down row of the first row. The second row is an upside down row of the first row, and then it snakes down again. So in those odd rows, I made a function. It's a little bit more complicated than the even row because just to get the hourglasses rotating up and down, it was simpler for one versus the other. And so here are the even rows. As you can see, there's like one rotation. And then I made the whole quilt by combining everything. Basically, this last function just makes the snaked rows combine. And then throughout the entire thing, we have the T turtle. A side is defined as the one of these sides, so of the squares. And then across is basically sets of hourglasses, and down is number of rows. So when you run this, it makes a quilt pretty much exactly like the one in this picture. Let's give it a shot. As you can see through this demonstration, each hourglass is kind of snaking down to make the next row really nicely. Great, and that is the run. As you can see, the cursor ended at this second down. If we were to end on an even row, 12, it would have ended kind of at the corner of the quilt, which was an interesting little discovery that I made throughout the thing. Thank you so much for paying attention and listening. See you in class.